Buenas tardes, or I should say buenos dias, chicos, since hopefully you're watching this in the morning. Welcome to semana número uno, week number one of our Spanish 2 on-level remote learning lesson. So here's what we're doing for this week. And this is the week of Monday, March 30th to Sunday, April 5th. So, as I explained in my first video, the one that's up here at the top of the remote learning section, and if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and watch that. But as I explained in that video, you can access the lesson plan for the week here at the top of the section, or near the top, and there'll be a new lesson every week, and it's all going to be laid out pretty much like this right here. So if you click on that lesson plan for the week, it'll take you to a document that looks kind of like this, and for this week, this is what it will look like. We have two parts to this week's lesson. And both parts will deal with what you did during spring break, and not just spring break, but I guess the extended spring break too. What have you been doing since you've been, staying home because of the whole coronavirus thing? So let's look at each part of the lesson. I know it says lesson 1 and lesson 2 over here, but there's really only one lesson, just two parts to it. All right. So for part 1, you're going to brainstorm about your spring break activities, and you're going to write about what you did during spring break. You're going to write about the past in Spanish, and I'm going to ask you to write 10 sentences. We'll look at that more closely in a moment. For part two, you are going to talk in Spanish, and you're going to do it on Flipgrid, which is how we usually do these things, right? And you're going to talk about, your extended spring break. So let's go back out to my Moodle page and look at each of those parts of the assignment. And you can look at both parts of the assignment here, where it says click here to view assignments. You click on that link, and it takes you to a Google Doc. It's loading. It's a little slow to load, but you'll notice here in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button that says Use Template. You're going to click on that, and that's going to make a copy of the document to your own Google Drive. And that's the one you're going to use, the copy that you make on your Google Drive, okay? So let's look at part 1. I can brainstorm about my spring break activities and demonstrate presentational writing skills so that I can narrate in the past. I know I've got it when I can write 10 sentences with ease in Español. Before you begin to write about your spring break, think about the words that you will need in Spanish. Use the following activity to help you brainstorm. So to kind of help you get warmed up for this, first, in this word bank, you can mark all the descriptive words that could possibly describe your spring break. Words like interesante or tranquilo, or, you can talk about how you were feeling over spring break, cansado, all right, for example, or perezoso. And then below that, there's another word bank, and there you can mark all the action words that describe what you did over your spring break. Things like escuchar música, or vestirse, or usar la computadora. Then you can mark all the places or things that were a part of your spring break. Words like traje de baño, or museo, or restaurantes. And here you can mark all the people that you spend time with on your spring break, like papá, tía, novia, conocidos, which means acquaintances. So this is not the actual activity. All these word banks, these are just to kind of help you get warmed up for your writing, and to also give you some vocabulary words that you can use in your writing. All right. So then you scroll down to the next page, and it says, now that you have the vocabulary that you need to write about your spring break, please write in the past tense using the preterite tense. Need help reviewing how to narrate in the past? Check out your teacher's Moodle page for additional help. And yes, if you go to my Moodle page, you go to, I believe it was Unit 6, Part 1. All that stuff about preterite verbs is still on there, along with preterite keywords and all that stuff. So check that out if you don't remember your preterites. So you're going to write at least 10 complete sentences in Spanish, and you're going to use transition words whenever possible. Transition words like primero, first I did this, por eso, because of that, luego, later, a veces, sometimes, siempre, always, entonces, that's an important one. Entonces means then. So use vocabulary, use verbs in the past tense and preterite tense specifically in transition words. Make those quality sentences. We need 10 of them. Then, part 2 of the assignment. Part 2 is mis reacciones, my reactions. And the instructions read, I can express my reactions to an extended spring break by uploading a recording in Espanol so that I can talk about how I really feel. I know I've got it when I am able to narrate in Espanol and share my reactions in under a minute. You're going to choose 5 of the sentence starters below. And here's an example. I want to talk about that one thing that was crazy. The crazy thing about my break was when the stores did not have toilet paper, water, milk, bread, eggs, or chicken. I wanted to buy everything. So if we turn that into a Spanish sentence or 2, lo loco, and here we use one of those sentence starters, lo loco, which means what was crazy, right? Lo loco del descanso fue cuando las tiendas no tenían papel sanitario, agua, leche, pan, huevos, ni pollo. Yo quería comprar todo. Okay, so this right here is the same as what's up here in English. But to turn that into a Spanish sentence or sentences, I use one of these sentence starters I'm giving you here. All right, in the example, I use lo loco. So please don't use that one, but you can use any of these other ones. Lo bueno, what was good. Lo malo, what was bad. Lo interesante, what was interesting. Lo divertido, what was fun. Lo importante, lo aburrido, lo difícil. I mean, you get the idea, okay? So use those sentence starters to help you figure out what you're going to say in your video, because yes, you're going to be speaking, and you're going to be speaking on Flipgrid, all right? And more on that, on how to get to the Flipgrid activity in a minute. But one more thing, if you want to kind of extend yourself, challenge yourself, fill up some of that very ample extra time you have now, you can work on the extra assignment, ¿Quieres ser extra? And in that extra assignment, you can share a short description in Spanish about what these past 3 weeks have been like. And there's an example down there of how you can express that. However, I'm only going to be grading parts 1 and 2. I'm not going to be grading the extra one. So for these activities, how are you going to actually complete them? Well, the writing one you can do right here in the Google Doc. Write your sentences right here in the Google Doc, and then when you're done, you're gonna hit the share button up here, and you're gonna click on Get Shareable Link, and you're gonna make sure that you choose an option that anyone at nisdtx.org with the link can view, and you're going to copy the link, and then you're going to click Done. And what are you going to do with that link that you just copied? You're going to go back to Moodle, and you're going to look for the assignment that says turn in the link to the Google Doc for your writing here. Okay? And you're going to go ahead and submit that link that you copied to your Google Doc here in Moodle. And I will look at your submission and click on the link from there. And from there, I'll see your assignment and grade it. Please do not share your Google Doc with me, okay? Do not share your Google Doc with me. Submit it or submit the link to it in Moodle. Very important, okay? And once you do that, once you submit your link to your Google Doc in Moodle, you're done. What about a spoken assignment? You're gonna click on the link that says record your video here to do your spoken assignment. And when you click on that link, I mean, right now it's not working because it's not open yet. Okay, there I am again. So when it's activated, that link will take you to the actual Flipgrid assignment where you can just click on that plus sign inside the green circle and record your video. The video should be a minute long or so. All right, so shoot for 1 minute. You don't have to reply to anyone's video, just record a video of your own. And I'll get on Flipgrid later and grade them from there. So each assignment will be a separate grade. Each assignment will be a separate formative grade. All right. That's about it. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or contact me during my office hours and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Muchas gracias and have a great week, guys. Hasta luego.